Namaste, this is Prakash here. In one of the whispers that Babji Maharaj in 1991 or thereabout, he says that your individual destiny cannot be changed. Leave everything to God's hands. And then Daji's books, he repeatedly keeps talking about designing your destiny, modifying your destiny, changing your destiny, things like that. So obviously, there is a possibility of what you could call as a whispers paradox. How can Babaji Maharaj apparently say something and then Daji says something else? You really have to look at both in a completely different way. Let me share a few perspectives from my understanding. Destiny need not here be confused with fate. Maybe it comes from a derivative of a word destination. In the overall scheme of things, if you really understand the process of creation, according to Sahaj Marg and Heartfulness literature, all that will finally go back to where it all started, the Mahapralaya. There is also an individual Mahapralaya that is a potential which is waiting to happen for each and every practitioner, the merger with the Guru, so that what happens after that, it's not your problem. You merge your individual identity with the Guru's identity, and as and when it merges with the ultimate or the supreme identity is something completely different. This, in my understanding, is what Babaji Maharaj is saying in that whispers, where he is talking about the destiny cannot be changed, both in terms of the individual merger or the final merger or the Mahapralaya is not going to change. But we need to understand a few things before we really deep dive into what Daji is, in my view, my understanding, saying in his book, Designing the Destiny. There is a final destination, and there are certain fixed destinations, and there are certain variable destinations in our journey. Let me put it this way. You say if I am proceeding from say Chennai to Delhi, say Delhi is in some way the ultimate destination or the place where I have to reach for the individual Mahapralaya or the ultimate Mahapralaya or the final Mahapralaya. Say my Guru is somewhere in between waiting for me in Nagpur or in some other place. If I reach there, and once I reach there I merge in him, how he takes me from Nagpur to Delhi is henceforth not my issue. So that way my destiny is already taken care before even I look about reaching the final destination, which is the final Mahapralaya. Let's look at the individual destinations that are in between, which is where really the crux of the problem comes in. For example, as I'm proceeding, say, from Chennai to Nagpur, I see a lot of beautiful places in between. There are a lot of nice things to do. And here is where really the true nature of human takes over. We are all vested with the ability to discriminate. And the ability to discriminate also leads to choices which are driven to a great extent by our desires. When our desires keep working, interfering with the decisions we have to take, if it is a need-based decision that we are taking, the whole thing becomes very, very, very easy. Everything becomes focused one and only on the final goal of my individual Mahapralaya or merger through the process of love and surrender with my Guru. But if my wishes start taking over and driving me towards the wants of life, what is likely to happen? I may get a input that on the way to Nagpur there is a detour, there is a beautiful waterfall. Please go and have a look. And if I'm say driving, I tend to say, okay, another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, so what? Like what happened to the great sage Narada when he was asked to go and get a glass of water by Vishnu, and then he sees a beautiful woman and gets married and settles, and after about 100 years he suddenly wakes up to realize that the Lord had sent him to get a glass of water, and then he wakes up to find that it was all sort of a drama played out by Lord Vishnu for him to understand how Maya works. This is exactly what happens. Many of the things that we chase today in our material life did not exist 25, 30, 40 years ago. Maybe about 20 years, 25 years ago, mobile phones didn't exist, at least in India. And then came a lot of mobile phones, and then it continuously got upgraded. And then you have the best of the phones, and some of the models which are coming out today did not exist 15 years back. So if I have to say that I'm making a choice of buying it because it's in my samskara, it's not true. Truly speaking, the great masters ensure that your true samskaras in terms of bhog and being burnout is done pretty fast. But the challenge is with us. While they leave us with a little bit of samskaras to continue our pursuit of the ultimate goal, we keep adding through the process of our ability or inability to discriminate and being driven by wishes which become deep desires. We continue to make choices which lead us astray from the destination. And here is where Daji, in my view, beautifully says this is what you can design. The fastest path to the goal, the simplest path, the safest path is what we are always supposed to choose. That's what actually makes sense, whether it's a material pursuit or a spiritual pursuit or whatever you are chasing. You always look for the fastest, the shortest, and the safest path to the goal. That is something that is purely up to you to design to take you towards the destination of where, as I said, Chennai to Nagpur. My guru is waiting in Nagpur for me, which is say my 13th point or whatever. And I have to rush there to merge with him. And once that is done, when that ultimate merger happens is his problem, not mine. Like a kangaroo which hides in the pouch of its mother, and then where the mother takes it is the problem of the mother, not the problem of the kid in the pouch of the kangaroo, the mother kangaroo. Likewise, this portion of the destiny is up to you to design. And how do you decide? Instead of being guided by your mind, which are easily driven away from the pursuit of your final destination by the deep desires and wishes that we continue to harbor inside us, work with your heart. Every time you make a choice, every simple choice that you make in your life is going to impact your destiny. The final destiny being the same. How fast we reach, how soon we reach, how safely we reach is a beautiful story that you can write for yourself. You want to go there fast or you want to take a detour, instead of going from Chennai to Nagpur straight, take a flight, reach there in 45 minutes. You can walk, you can stay somewhere, build a house, spend your entire lifetime forgetting about the entire goal. Yet, what Babaji Maharaj said, as I view it, the final destination cannot be changed. All of us will reach there someday. But you want to wait into eternity to reach there? This is what Daji wants you to hasten. He wants you to think. He wants you to go faster, safer, quicker, so that while the service of the Guru is available, he is able to take us there, and then the journey into the infinity of the ultimate Mahapralaya is no more our concern. I just believe that we get easily confused with the mind's interpretation of the words without really seeing how the entire picture emerges out. When Daji tells you, brick by brick, you can still make the building in a slightly different way, yet the final building being the same. Whereas Babaji Maharaj is saying that the final building is already built, it cannot change. One is looking from the perspective of taking from where you are to where you have to go. The other is talking from where it's already there, which is predestined, you are going to reach. Both are right. It's up to you to find through the process of your heart to find what exactly this destination or destiny paradox is about. I'm sure I've shared certain insights for you to get some clarity. The rest is for your heart through the process of meditation to figure it out. I wish you the very best. Thank you.